Hi guys, welcome to Whispering Hills Haunt, where every day it's Halloween. Now let's get into it.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So we decided, since we are going on a journey of all things horror, to start reacting to horror movies. Now, we have a whole bunch in our list of movies we want to get through, but if you guys have any suggestions, let us know. I know we got a suggestion for The Damned, but I'm not really sure which one it's supposed to be, so let us know which one you want us to react to. Today, we've decided, I haven't edited the Nosferatu prop build yet. I'm about to edit it and post it out, and I figured, you know what? Let's coincide that with Nosferatu, the movie. Now, my father has not seen any of the Nosferatus. He's tried to watch 2 of them, and he's fallen asleep.
Can you blame me? One is silent, the other's like, I don't know.
So I've decided that he is going to watch all 3 Nosferatus.
And stay awake.
We're gonna start with the 1920s one.
She's gonna pinch me under the table.
We're gonna go on to the 1970s one, and then we will finally watch the most recent one. Now, I have my own opinions on it, and we'll share our opinions at the end. But I do enjoy the story, so that's why I'm pushing for him to watch it. So let's start with 1920s Nosferatu.
Right at the beginning of horror movies.
Yeah, we can't go further back than that, I don't think.
It's our start, and horror movies start, pretty much.
All right,
is that the first horror movie, or were there
ones
before?
There's ones before.
What year was Nosferatu from?
I don't know, 1926, I think?
We should let the people know.
Should I look that up? Hold on, let me see. 1922.
22, that's gotta be pretty close to the first horror movie. Go ahead.
All right, we're starting in 3, 2, 1.
The history of Nosferatu is very interesting, I know, because they were sued by Bram Stoker's estate or something?
Yes, and they lost. And most of the copies of Nosferatu have been destroyed.
Yeah, it's all from, I think, one remaining copy that they found or something, because they had to destroy them.
And the movie does use a lot of reference to Dracula, but it is also very different in other ways. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Names are different, until you get to the 1970s version, but you'll find that out soon.
I do know in this one, it's Count Orlok.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That I know. Orlok is it? I think it's Orlok.
Yes, Count Orlok. An account of the Great Death in Winsburg, Anno Domini 1838.
Yeah, Anno Domini.
Or the Wiesburg. Let's pause it for a second so I can read this to you. Nosferatu, does this word not sound like the death bird calling your name at midnight? Beware you never say it, for then the pictures of life will fade to shadow, haunting dreams will climb forth from your heart and feed on your blood. Now I said it, so we're doomed.
Yeah, many people think the name of the antagonist in the movie is Nosferatu, but that's not.
But that's just the shadow of the being.
Right.
I have reflected at length on the origin and passing of the Great Death in my hometown of Wiesburg. Here is its story. Once in Wiesburg lived a man named Hutter and his young wife, Ellen.
And I imagine Hutter would be the equivalent of, what is it, Jonathan Harker?
Harker. Hutter Harker.
Yeah.
And Ellen is Nina.
Well, yeah, Ellen is Nina.
And this is the colorized version that we chose to watch, just for the heck of it. I've watched the black and white version previously.
And I haven't, because I fell asleep almost immediately.
So she has a cat, see?
She
When I
had-
first watched it, I couldn't really tell what she was doing. Because it was completely black and white.
Oh, because of the black and white? Really?
Yeah. Maybe I just wasn't paying close enough attention. Wow. Doesn't that image right there remind you of The Ring? The video?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. For a colorized version, this is barely colorized.
Yeah, but this was early on. I mean, when they colorized this, it was probably in the early 60s.
It's a Ted
I
Turner
imagine.
colorization. Just take the film and paint watercolors on it.
I'm going to read aloud the text, okay?
Okay. That's good because I'm too lazy to read.
Why did you kill them, such beautiful flowers? I think what they're trying to portray here, she's a delicate lady, you know, and she's in tune with nature, and she's sweet and kind, and he should love her very much. But I think from a modern viewpoint, that line comes off a little odd, the whole reaction. As the movies progress, I'll tell you now, not so fast, my young friend. No one can outrun their fate. That scene makes more sense later, in later adaptations.
Okay. No one can outrun their fate.
Yes.
And
There
no
was an estate
foreshadow.
agent named Knock, about whom all sorts of rumors circulated. The only thing for certain was that he paid his people well.
It's Scrooge.
It's Knock. Maybe it's like knock, knock.
The
Doom.
German Scrooge.
Probably not, though, because this was in German. So obviously Knock is up to some nefarious things here, reading
Yeah,
his...
he's evil looking. Do you think they filled in the space between his eyebrows with makeup, or you think that's a natural unibrow?
Oh, that's fake. That's not a real eyebrow. No way. The way he puffs up,
Yeah,
that's not real.
he doesn't actually have a unibrow. Now that I turned his head, it's just usually long hair.
Count Orlok, His Grace from Transylvania, wishes to purchase a nice house in our little town. You could earn a tidy sum. You might have to go to a bit of trouble, a little sweat, and maybe a little blood.
Ooh.
Quite on the nose.
Man, is this guy creepy
I
looking.
do think the actors portray their facial expressions well.
Yeah, well, it's a silent movie. They had to portray emotion through facial expression rather than words. Of course, it helps if your eyebrows aren't covering your eyes.
It's okay. I get what this guy's portraying. He wants a very nice, empty house.
A house in ruins.
That house across from yours, offer him that one. Off with you. Have a good trip, my young friend, to the land of phantoms.
Land of Phantoms.
Now, was that a common
No.
name for it, or do they just say it for the movie?
I don't think so. Transylvania literally means across the woods, I believe. Cross woods.
I must travel far, far away to the land of thieves and phantoms.
Here you go. Guess so. Doesn't say much for Romania, huh? Thieves and phantoms.
They said it, not us. I guess because there were gypsies there.
Yeah.
So obviously from her facial expression, she's unhappy.
Mortified that he's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting seeing in the background how the houses were decorated, the living quarters.
Yeah, you're right.
Very, very German.
Or is it because it's a film set? Was it a film set? Was it filmed in a house? I don't know.
Doubt it. I doubt they had money to build sets.
My curiosity wonders, this is 1922. I'm curious what happened to all the actors, knowing how volatile the history is going to be for the next, 20, 30, 40 years?
I wouldn't go down that rabbit hole. You can.
No, but I'm curious, what happened to all these people? Thus Hutter entrusted his anxious wife to the care of his friend, the wealthy ship owner Harding, and his sister.
Mm-hmm. What's he up to?
See, now that's fascinating. Harding and his sister. So Harding lives with his sister. He's not married in this.
Right. Unless they meant Hutter's sister.
Yeah, and Harding is his brother-in-law. Don't worry.
That would be an awkward way of writing it.
So the parting in this movie is just, I think, that they'll miss each other so much because they are so in love.
Right.
I don't think there's anything beyond that. It's not like she gets a feeling or foreboding or something, right?
So far.
This is nicely colorized, this scene right here.
Yeah. I saw an episode of the YouTube channel Grim Collective where they traveled to locations from this movie today. It's very interesting.
Oh, cool. I gotta watch that. And young Hutter traveled down countless dusty roads until finally the Carpathian gleamed above him. The horses pulled harder. Ooh. I guess that means the horses really hated it.
I guess so. Well, it's all mountains.
Or that it's just a steep climb.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
I mean, you go in, the Carpathians are a steep mountain range.
Every time I hear Carpathian, I think of the Count in Sesame Street because we have to hear that song over and over again.
Oh, why he talks about being from the Carpathian Mountains in Sesame Street?
Yeah.
What?
I'm just picturing Dracula dead and loving it. Take the cross.
And
this scene reminds me of that.
Yeah, well, I think Dracula Dead and Loving It was influenced as much by this as by Dracula, no?
The problem is, quickly, bring my dinner. I'm on the way to Count Orlok's castle.
Although I'm saying that, I haven't seen the movie, so I really
That's
don't know.
yeah. Well, so now all the people are scared.
And I barely remember.
The mustache. I'm telling you, that's the guy from Count look, remember? He's got the mustache like that. Don't go.
What, in Dracula Dead and Loving?
Yeah,
he's got the... just going to say I barely remember.
Oh. I remember Dracula Dead and Loving.
Ask me about Blazing Saddles.
No, you can't go. And he's got like the... And when he talks, it blows.
Oh, okay. Harvey Korman, is that in it?
I don't know. You can't go any further tonight. The werewolf is roaming the forest.
Ah, so we have two kinds of monsters in this one.
And he thinks it's all jokes because he comes from Germany.
There's the werewolf. It's a West African aardwolf. It looks like a striped hyena.
Yes, that is a hyena.
Technically, I don't think it is. It's called the striped hyena. No, it's called the striped hyena. Morphologically, I think it's
like a...
I don't know. I don't know if it's in the hyena, directly in the hyena lineage. Probably.
This scene was interesting.
What's that?
That scene was interesting.
Yeah.
Like the awkwardness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look how cute.
He is cute.
Listen, if that was a werewolf, I want one.
Yeah, they're called aardwolves in South Africa, which means earth wolf, because they dig into burrows, or they inhabit burrows of aardvarks or something. I don't remember exactly. Look it up if you're interested.
So she left him a book that made The Vampire's Terrible Phantoms and the 7 Deadly Sins. Oh, of Vampires, Terrible Phantoms, and the 7 Deadly Sins. From the seed of... Hold on, I'm going to pause this one. From the seed of Belial sprang the vampire, Nosferatu, who liveth and feedeth on human blood. This unholy creature liveth in sinister caves, tombs, and coffins, which are filled with cursed dirt from the fields of the Black Death. What I was going to say is I don't know how much of the movie that Dracula Dead and Loving it took from is from this or from that movie that came out. Yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula, the movie that came out at that time.
I imagine that's more what it's a take on. Just like Young Frankenstein.
But this is much older, which would mean that took cues from this.
Yeah, right.
But then this took it from the book. It gets very confusing.
It's a chain of...
Who influenced what?
Copyright infringements, I guess.
Well, he had a pleasant sleep. I think he's wearing lipstick.
I don't know, but he also has a nightdress on.
Well, that was normal back then. I'm wondering to like make his features stand out more. His
what are the horses returning? Is that, or they're just running wild? People are running after them
in their night dresses. It's just a lovely day in Romania.
Yep.
I think they want to portray this couple as very innocent and very optimistic, or at least him as optimistic and her as innocent, and you know, like of all the couples, why did it happen to these two? You know, type of feel.
Yeah, that's the way to wash your head. Stick your whole head in the pot.
I like the song they chose. It's pretty. They colorized this scene like an underwater scene. It's a little too blue.
Too blue, and in between it turns gray, so.
Get a move on, it's getting dark. Pay what you will, we stop here. Oh, he doesn't want to travel on further.
Would have been nice for them to tell him that ahead of time, right?
Especially since didn't he have a horse?
Not take him out into the middle of the wilds
What
of
happened to his
Transylvania
horse?
as they get out. Yeah, right.
We won't go. We've got a bad feeling about heading over the pass. He's just laughing, jovial.
Nothing gets him down.
These superstitious fools. I'll walk then. Very jovial. As soon as Hutter crossed the bridge, he was seized by the eerie visions he so often told me of. So he crossed the bridge and already was having like...
Imagine living in a house like that. Literally on a pillar of earth.
I'm afraid of heights, so it wouldn't do me well. That's my number one fear. That and, being murdered by a serial killer. Let me know what you guys are afraid of.
Oh.
Now,
that's him,
this
right?
is Count Orlok, right?
Yeah. I mean, I imagine from what I've seen of Nosferatu, that looks like him.
That's what I'm saying. It's a watch, right? He takes him away to the castle.
Right. Is he supposed to be disguised and pretending to be?
That's what I don't know. Is he not Count Orlok and he's just pretending and he just looks like him and they didn't have enough, money for multiple actors?
Well, I imagine the gene pool wasn't spread out too well.
Or is it Count Orlok and he just doesn't want him to know that doesn't have any servants? Right? Because, all right, now he's dropping him off and he says, go into the house. Right?
Right. And then he's going to introduce himself as Count Orlok later?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in disguise.
Or they just didn't have enough actors.
Right.
And he's playing a double role.
So far, the best part of this movie is the sets, the locations. Oh, there he is again.
Well, is it? I don't know.
So what do? Take the carriage right around? Maybe he was just telling him, you can't go in this way, I gotta go park the carriage. I don't know.
Maybe. They didn't put the card up for that.
Right.
I don't know, but that's how I stand when I'm cold. Just completely into myself. It's freezing. He looks cold. So I guess he said, "Don't take off your hat. Leave your," or was that just like a "yes, sir"? "You have kept me waiting too long. It's almost midnight. The servants are asleep."
Oh, is it midnight?
Yeah, it's dark right now.
What a... So it's supposed to be dark. It's actually pretty light in the filming.
Yeah.
So then he, as a carriage driver, he would have been harder to discern.
Yes.
It would have been harder to discern who he was.
I think they might have filmed during the day and just they're telling us it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Because even in the black and white version, it looked like
daytime.
Now, you want to be reminded of Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Why? What scene?
You don't remember when Renfield goes to the castle?
And
then he cuts his finger and then blood squirting everywhere?
Maybe we should react to Dracula Dead and Loving It. I don't remember the movie.
I'll watch that again, that's for sure. I like the clock they used with the skeleton.
Oh, he just cut his thumb.
Yes.
I guess that's what you were talking about.
Sorry. Spoilers. I talk too much. I'm sorry.
Oh.
You hurt yourself. The precious blood.
Yummy, yummy. But I'm not a vampire.
I think that would be my reaction too. Did you just put my tub in your mouth?
A count living in the land of phantoms who likes to drink your blood.
Yeah, you know what? Do you want to watch Dracula? Okay. Can we not Can we not stay together a little while longer, my lovely man? It's still quite a long time until sunrise, and I sleep by day, dear fellow, completely dead to the world. Also, once again, quite on the nose.
Yeah, and that looked like that the words don't match the tone of the look he was looking at him with. But
yeah. But it is you're going to see as the movies progress, the scene is done in such different ways for each movie.
Okay.
As soon as the sun rose, the shadows of night retreated from Hutter.
That's how he slept?
Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so he fell asleep all through the night talking, I suppose. Or he was in maybe a trance-like state with Orlok. And he wakes up on the chair. Now, I would definitely want to add Dracula Dead and Loving It to our Nosferatu
Well, that would
movie.
be Dracula movies.
It's the same thing. We could add it.
All right. Well, we could do the Dracula series someday.
Yeah.
What is there, about 40 of them?
Basically, now I'm in the mood to watch Dracula Dead and Loving It. So maybe we'll watch that right after this, and then we'll go back to Nosferatu. So, as you can see, he's got 2 tiny puncture marks on his throat.
Oh, I thought he had a goiter.
No.
That's what it looked like.
No, that was an Adam's apple.
Have his thyroid checked.
And he's laughing because he's probably thinking like, oh, it's a spider or something. I'm overreacting.
Right.
But that does mean Nosferatu fed on him.
Did Nosferatu fed on him?
I mean, Orlok fed on him.
Orlok.
I keep saying Nosferatu. It's
See?
Orlok.
Even you do it.
I do. I shouldn't, but I do. It's like Frankenstein's monster. You guys get what we mean.
Yes. We have Nosferatu.
We have him today, actually.
That line I remember.
If you guys haven't seen Dracula Dead and Loving It, oh, you are missing out. So, like, throughout the days, he's spending his time, like, where are the servants? Where's other people? I think that's my biggest problem with Nosferatu is I have a lot of questions that aren't answered. Because according to Count Orlok, the servants all went to bed because it was midnight.
Right.
So now it's daytime. Where is everyone? My darling dearest, do not be troubled that your beloved is far away. The mosquitoes are a terrible nuisance. 2 just bit me on the neck, side by side, quite close together.
Oh, there you go. Mosquitoes, not a spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a drink.
That's okay.
I'm taking a drink. Excuse me.
One dreams deeply in the desolate castle, but don't let that frighten you. So he's saying he has nightmares, and that the castle is desolate.
But don't be frightened.
But
I'll be okay.
That means there are no servants, right?
I don't know. There could be some servants, just still have the feel of being empty and desolate.
Now he got lucky, I guess. This random man was passing.
That's the mail service. What random man? That's the mailman. Watch, a werewolf's gonna come out and chase him. He is. He's picking up the mail.
I think it's just some random guy, and he was like, "Can you bring this into town?"
I don't know. How would he be expecting it looked like he was expecting him with the letter.
But what mailman's going to
Maybe they
Count
had mail
Orlok's castle?
service or
The
some
ghostly
guy.
evening light seemed to bring the castle shadows to life again. So now it's nighttime, and he feels haunted again. And he's with Orlok again. Now, in this film, this is the first introduction, I suppose, of Count Orlok to Ellen through this locket. Nothing so far has suggested that he knew of Ellen, right?
Right. Now, if a guy looked like, hey, your wife's picture like
Your
that.
wife has a lovely neck.
Yeah, okay.
Be like, thanks.
Tell her to
Give
watch
me
out
that.
for mosquitoes.
I'm buying the house, that nice deserted house, across from yours.
Goes with the desolate castle. Right across the street from your lovely wife's neck.
Remember, I keep bringing it up in Dracula Dead Loving It when he points out Lucy's, I don't know the word, but for that area. At night, that same Nosferatu digs his claws into his victims and suckles himself on the hellish elixir of their blood.
All right, let's not do a reaction to Dracula Dead and Loving It. Let's save that for that movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Beware that his shadow does not engulf you like a demonic nightmare.
A demonic nightmare.
I do like that clock. I mean, that clock means that Orlok must have some sort of sense of humor. I am a vampire.
Right.
I'm going to get a clock with a skeleton.
I wonder if the clock's now in the Hard Rock Cafe or something.
What?
They buy movie props.
Do they?
Sure. Oh, you don't know the Hard... We've been to the Hard Rock.
A long
You
time
don't
ago.
remember all the movie things? You know, Dorothy's slippers and...
That's such a random. Okay. Did you see Nosferatu standing there?
Yes, I saw
menacing?
him standing there menacing. And he looks menaced. What's his name? Harper?
Now, this is the
Harper?
famous scene, right?
Yeah,
This is the scene in SpongeBob SquarePants when he flicks on the light.
yeah. Meanwhile, Orlok looks like you could blow him over with a good breath. But,
Yeah.
But he is creepy. And he's supposed to be tall. I mean, he's as tall as the doorway.
At that very moment.
She has a premonition.
Yes. Now, is this because she's psychic or just because they love each other? She just senses something's wrong with her husband?
She walking on her toes? Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Maybe she was a ballerina.
Maybe. Who is that? Oh, that's the brother.
Yes.
Or
No.
the friend
The friend.
with the sister. That's more than a premonition. He's communicating with her, apparently controlling her in her sleepwalking, right?
Ellen! It's like that, never mind. A doctor, get a doctor. And at the same time,
boy, Orlok can, like, multitask, huh? Control her and menace him at the same time.
well, is he controlling her or is she just seeing it?
I don't know. Well, why did she get up and sleepwalk?
Hutter!
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a premonition.
Is it their love? Is she psychic? Or is it Count Orlok? I don't know which one it is.
That might be one of the biggest noses.
Do you think it's a prosthetic?
No, I think that's his nose. There's some weird looking people in Germany. Nothing against the Germans. Some good looking ones too. Frauleins.
Just a mild case of blood congestion. The doctor just described. Described?
Wait, a mild case of blood congestion?
Oh, I thought it was prescribed. I'm like, the doctor described Ellen's anxiety to me as some sort of unknown illness, but I know that on that night her soul heard the call of the death bird. Nosferatu was already spreading his wings. At dawn, Hutter set out to investigate the horrors of the previous nights. So there you go. It was like, because because Orlok set his sights on her, she was like connected, I suppose.
I guess so. As soon as he saw her.
Death was coming for her, so she saw it in her dreams. Is how I'm interpreting it.
Yep. He's clutching his throat. Looks like he's got a headache, too.
So I think now he's convinced what happened probably actually happened.
What actually happened?
He got eaten.
That was before.
No, it happened that night.
Oh, it happened again?
When she was having the dream.
Oh, whatever. But he already had bites on his
Look,
neck.
he broke into this area in the yard.
The crypt.
The crypt. That would make sense. Those teeth.
Yeah, they're the incisors, like a rodent. Not like your traditional Dracula vampire where they're the canines.
Now this would be the time, Hutter. My biggest problem with these vampire stories is like,
why not kill them then?
Yeah, why not go there daytime and just pull their coffin outside or pull them outside?
Well, I guess he doesn't want to kill him yet. He's not 100% convinced
that the weird man sleeps in a coffin.
Does he know Orlok's drinking his blood, or he suspects it?
No, he knows.
Yeah, he's packing up his coffin.
Now, this is not supposed to be sped up. It's supposed to be that that's his actual speed and strength.
How do you know that?
Because.
Okay. Sure looks sped up to me.
It is, but
I gotcha.
Ellen.
Now, you made me think about, do you remember the prairie dog in the meme?
That's what I was saying before.
Ellen.
That's what it makes me think of. So I guess the door was locked and he's escaping out the side with his bedsheet.
Yeah. Then in that case, if you feel like you have to escape, you should have stuck a stake in his heart.
But when he fell, he hurt himself.
Right. Of course. And his cloak caught on the brambles, as they say. What the freak? Is he rafting there?
The raftsmen were oblivious to the strange cargo they had piloted down the stream.
Is he going to raft the whole way to Germany, down the Danube, across the Rhine?
I think he probably set up a delivery thing of pick this up.
Now, in the book, Dracula's in a ship, right? And he kills everybody in the ship.
He goes on a ship after the rafting.
Oh.
This is to get to the ship, I guess.
Okay.
Is Romania landlocked?
It is.
So there you go.
But it has the Danube bordering it, a big river.
Well, there you go. He was going down the Danube to get to the coast.
Okay.
He was brought to the hospital yesterday by farmers. They said he had fallen. He still has a fever. Coffins.
It is a trip the way they acted in silent movies. They over-exaggerate.
Nosferatu was coming. Danger was on its way to Wiesberg. Professor Bulwer? Hold on, let me pause this. It's a lot of words I don't know. Professor Bulwer, a Paracelsian, who was then investigating the secrets of nature and its unifying principles, told me about it. Caskets filled with dirt were loaded onto the double-masted schooner, Empusa.
And just for FYI, I think it's Wiesberg.
Wiesberg?
W's pronounced V, I think, in German.
I tried.
But I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know speak German.
Dun dun dun. The ship set sail tonight.
Does it occur to anyone we're loading a bunch of coffins onto the ship?
Filled with dirt.
Filled with dirt.
Yes, I see. I have it in my notes here. Port Authority Galas, bill of landing the ship Empusa, route Galas to Wiesberg, port of embarkment. Oh my God, this is going too quick. Cargo 6 crates of dirt for experimental purposes. Galas, August 17th, 1838.
Yeah, those dirt experiments.
So they're saying it's for experiments.
$1922, so there ain't a person there that's still alive. Not even close.
Oh. Oh, there are rats in the dirt.
Dirt and rats, the manifest should say.
Oh, the dude was bit by the rat. Aw! Well, you know what? I'm happy you die. Attacking poor rats like that.
Well, the rat bit him.
Well, you know what? He shouldn't have put his foot in the rat's mouth. I should note that in those days, Professor Bulwer was teaching his students about the dreadful methods of carnivorous plants. One viewed with horror the mysterious workings of nature.
Hold on, I gotta get more soda. While you're talking, we're halfway done. I'll be right back.
Do you see what I have to deal with here?
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank
Sorry
you.
for the short intermission.
Yeah. Probably should have peed. We'll have another break. I'm old. Professor Bulwer. You know, oddly enough, a lot of carnivorous plants actually come from America. Carolinas, Venus flytrap. I don't know how many they have in Romania. Guess they do, all over. There's a Venus flytrap. I don't know, are they found outside the Americas? I thought they were endemic to the east coast of America.
Yeah, but he's a professor. He might have taken a sampling with him to the university.
True, and, you know, could be similar ones.
Like a vampire, no? No.
Right.
Not
Why
like
would
a
you say that?
vampire. As the predator Nosferatu approached, it seemed that the estate agent Knock had already begun to fall under his spell.
Ah.
Wasn't he under the spell to begin with?
To begin with, to see. Well, maybe he was
But I
just
guess
an
it's
evil
like
guy.
so much worse. The patient who was admitted yesterday has gone stark raving mad. He wasn't yesterday, but he is today.
Yep. Yesterday he was just kind of crazy. Today he's stark raving mad. Who is that?
That's Knock. Look.
Oh, Knock is Renfield?
Dad, blood is life. Blood is life.
Yeah, he's eating the bugs.
I don't want to hurt you. I just want your life. That's a Dracula Devil loving a reference. Again.
Yeah, so it really... I thought the... So Knock is the equivalent of Renfield.
And this one here...
A Hydra.
A polyp with tentacles.
And that is a Daphnia,
Gross.
I believe. Copepod.
Transparent, almost ethereal. Ugh. It grosses me out. Little more than a phantom.
If this guy were alive today, he'd be on YouTube watching videos of people
Spiders.
feeding things to other things that they...
Yeah, that guy.
I hate those things.
was often spotted on the beach in the solitude of the dunes. Her eyes scanned the waves and the horizon as she pined for her beloved. It's an odd cemetery. Because wouldn't the water eventually wash away the body?
You know what I'm thinking? Why did he need to go in the ocean to get from Romania to Germany at all?
It's faster?
The oceans would be the North Sea, I guess, right? It would be above Germany. And Romania, you're coming from the south up the river.
Probably
I guess
because
there was no way you had to get to the sea and then over.
maybe other methods of travel, like of cargo,
Yeah.
would have required him to like come out.
Yeah,
During the
or
daytime.
the rivers didn't connect. They didn't have canals to connect. Because Germany you would get there with the Rhine probably. And you're in the Danube, but
I don't know. I just think this is odd.
that's a pretty scene. I'll tell you, some of the footage with the locations and the scenery is very nice. Even colorized.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's got that gothic appeal to it.
Yeah. But it also has a very, almost like landscape painters from the, early 19th century.
So they got a letter from
The company.
Hutter.
Okay.
It's the same letter from before. So it just arrived to them now. But all the terrible stuff has already happened. But then he talked about the mosquitoes and now she's upset.
Okay, FYI people, on the break, I looked up the first horror movie, and apparently it is not Nosferatu, although Nosferatu is considered the first vampire movie. The first horror movie is a French horror drama called The House of the Devil that, oddly enough, takes place in a haunted castle with a guy who transforms into a bat. But it is not the first vampire movie.
Well, we might check that one out too. Why not?
Yeah.
And I apologize for the break. This old man over here, if I don't let him take breaks during movies, he falls asleep. So it had to happen. It's always going to happen. Just expect a little break in the middle of the movies.
Right. And we pee often.
Well, I don't, but
Old men.
oh.
Go
All
ahead.
right, let's press play. So the last thing we left off with was Hutter is in, I suppose, either a hospital or I think it's like a monastery.
I thought it was an insane asylum.
No. No, I think Hutter is in like a monastery or something, and he's just being taken care of by some nursemaids.
Well, back
Or
then,
nuns.
I think there was actually a lot of overlap between that stuff. Insane asylums, hospitals, monasteries.
But like he was unconscious. They found him and they took him here.
Okay.
And now he woke up.
All right.
All right.
I'm sold.
No, I must go. I must get home as quickly as possible.
I like the nun shaking her head.
Fool. What a majestic ship for the past 30 seconds. They do a lot of long shots of scenery.
Yeah, that's why I said it's very picturesque. It does remind me of
So that was
painting.
Orlok in the ship. And I suppose Hutter is just coming out of the wilderness now. Or he's still in the wilderness of the Carpathians.
Was that Hutter with the horse and the...
Yes, and this is Orlok.
Right. And that is... what's
Knock.
his name? Knock. Uh-oh. He stole something.
On the newspaper. Plague. A plague epidemic has broken out in Transylvania and in the Black Sea ports of Varna and Galatz. Masses of young people are dying. All victims appear to have the same strange wounds on their necks, the origin of which is still a mystery to doctors. The Dardanelles. Thank you.
That's the river, the waterway between Turkey, Europe, and Asian Turkey.
I am terrible with geography. Have been closed to all ships suspected of carrying the plague.
Interesting. So I'm trying to follow the movie. So all these young people are dying around the Black Sea area. So is he in the Black Sea taking? You wouldn't take that to go to Germany.
I don't know.
So why are these people dying though? I mean, he's only one vampire.
Because that's the way he's traveling. And so at nighttime...
he's killing people along the way, and I guess he is traveling up the Black Sea.
Yes.
I can't imagine why, but okay.
But they're saying the plague is the 2 wounds on the neck. Nothing else, right?
Right, man said, well, the people are dying. That's the plague.
Yes, but they're dying of these...
Coincidentally, they have these wounds, or not coincidentally, but they all have these wounds on the neck.
What I'm trying to say is there an actual plague going on and people are dying of being...
Like a pestilence kind of plague?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think that's what they're saying.
That's what I'm asking.
Now, would that be a schooner? Sure, there's people out there know a lot more about ships than I do.
It would be.
Why?
Because they said that he was on a schooner before.
Oh, did they? I thought a schooner, I didn't count, but I thought a schooner is 3-masted or something.
I don't know.
Remember. Maybe it's less than 3. I don't know. I know nothing about ships.
My question is, well, we haven't gotten there yet. I'll ask it when we get there.
Yeah, wait for me to catch up. Proud of me? I made it like 2/3 of the movie already without dozing off.
Well, you took a very long break.
I did. I didn't have a nap, though.
A sailor has taken ill below deck. He's delirious.
Here's a trivia question. What's the name of the ship?
What was it? I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I think in Dracula, that's prominent and something they keep consistent in all the Dracula movies. I think the name of the ship is Your Effed. Didn't like that one, huh?
I didn't hear it.
What can I
Look,
do?
there's no. Can you watch the movie? There's no Nosferatu. Or
Half of them.
so a sailor below deck is sick, and he's seeing hallucinations of Warlock.
I think it's interesting. 1922, they used that fade out, superimposed special effects in the movie.
It spread like a scourge through the ship. The first sailor that was infected pulled the whole crew down into a dark, watery grave. By the light of the sinking sun, the captain and the first mate said goodbye to the last of their comrades.
I
What?
have hiccups.
It's okay, you can hiccup. So it's just the captain and the first man left.
That's it. And nothing suspicious going on, like let's get our asses into port. It isn't like there isn't a port everywhere around the Black Sea.
They're throwing the bodies overboard.
Okay.
I'm going below. If I'm not back up again in 10 minutes.
Start the war without me. If I'm not back up in 10 minutes, jump. Because that's pretty much all you got left.
I don't think he finishes the sentence.
What?
He didn't finish the sentence.
Who didn't? Oh, wow.
He didn't say what to do.
If I'm not back up, that was it. You're effed.
Who do you think is going to live? That guy with the axe or Count Orlok?
Oh, the rats are doing fine.
That's because they're cute. See, now he deserves to die. I don't feel bad.
What? What makes you think he hit the rats?
The rats.
I think he was just hitting the wood again.
No.
I choose
That was
to believe.
the greatest rising from a...
I'll tell you, the claws are pretty menacing on Count Orlok. Definitely not really human hands, right? They're like vampiric.
The distortions, Count Orlok, is really on point.
Yeah.
It looks just like him.
Does he have pointed ears?
Yes.
Yes, he does. That's not a red flag.
Well, elves have pointy ears.
You're right.
There's nothing wrong with
I
them.
didn't see Harker meet him and go,
Oh,
are
yeah.
you an elf?
Well, remember he had a hat on.
All right, covering his ears.
This guy looks like he could be the werewolf.
Yeah.
This is Dracula versus the werewolf.
Now we can make a cool movie.
The death ship had a new captain. I am the captain now.
Yep, captain, first mate, and all the others.
Navigator.
End
I guess
of Act 3.
I guess the ship went far enough in that he doesn't need them anymore. It is difficult to say how the weakened young Hutter was able to overcome all the obstacles of the trip home. Meanwhile, the deadly breath of Nosferatu filled the sails of the ship so that it flew towards the goal with supernatural speed. So the wind, the evil, shadowy wind.
Well, we know that from Pirates of the Caribbean that one man can pilot a schooner.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right? Didn't Jack Sparrow? He didn't need anyone.
I gotta be honest, I don't remember those movies that well.
I don't either. I think so.
I thought it was more like the smoke monster from Lost.
The
Just
smoke
pushing
monster.
into the sails.
Okay.
Meanwhile, this woman, Ellen.
Ellen. What would she be called if she had one leg?
What?
What would she be called if she had one leg?
I don't know.
Eileen. I'm a dad, an old dad.
That's the lamest joke I've ever
dad
heard.
Especially if she never heard it or didn't know it.
That was cute. I liked it. Oh, that's the friend. I think her name's Olivia in the newest one. See, now, if my friend did that, I must go to him. He's coming. I would just push her over.
When did this become a porno?
The face was terrifying.
I'm glad she missed that one.
It's a little loud, the music.
Good.
What did you say?
You'll see when you edit it.
I can only imagine. Now, this is what I don't understand. Orlok is traveling by sea.
Orlok is traveling by sea?
With this ship.
Yeah.
And he left well before...
well, he's in the Black Sea. It's nowhere near Germany.
Hutter left. So, Hutter. So why are Hutter and Orlok arriving at the same time?
I said he went to the Black Sea.
Maybe that's why they had him travel that way.
I mean, unless my geography's off, I don't know how you use the Black Sea to get to Germany from Romania. This, I'm assuming, is Weisburg, or something like that. Visburg. What was it?
The master is near. The master is near.
Oh boy, he's full on Renfield now. At least in the other one, I think Renfield wasn't hypnotized long distance. I mean, at least he was in person when he did.
Well, so if I recall, I read part of the book a long time ago. I found it extremely boring and I stopped reading. I don't remember there being a Renfield in the part I read.
Oh, really?
Because Jonathan Harker goes to Dracula. And then he gets trapped there for like months and months and months. Now in the movie,
I don't know the Dracula movie, but
in Dracula, Dead Loving It, Renfield goes
before Harker. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know the character, the actual true character.
We're basing our knowledge off
on
Mel
Dracula.
Brooks movie.
On a comedy. So I don't actually know who the true Renfield is when he comes into the story. Because I don't remember him in the book, unless he was, and it's just I read it when I was in high school and I found it boring, so I stopped. Because it's like all journals back and forth.
Right.
Between Mina and Jonathan.
Right. I don't know. Whatever.
So, I don't know either.
It would mean that this is where the character was created if it's not in the book.
I think he is. Renfield's in the book. I think he might come later.
Yeah, it's got to be in it.
But what they are showing, though, is that Orlok has psychic powers.
Yeah, I mean, but psychic powers from across Europe?
Well, it did say as he approached, Nock became more and more under his spell.
Okay.
And when Hutter crosses the bridge, he starts already feeling the haunting. but before crossing the bridge, he didn't.
Right.
So I guess it's the closeness to him and the, magnitude of how much control he already has over you.
Gotcha.
I have wondered for a long time why it was said that Nosferatu took his coffin filled with dirt with him. I have surmised that vampires can only draw their shadowy strength from the cursed earth in which they were buried.
It was nice of him to explain that.
I thought it's that.
He just yawned.
Yes.
See?
Now,
Not just me.
I don't know if it's just the later Nosferatu movies or if it's also the Dracula story, but vampires in mythos need the dirt in which they were buried, and they have to return to it every night.
Yeah, they just said that.
Well, no, they did not say that. They said they get their shadowy strength from the earth.
That would mean they need the dirt they're burying in.
They have to return to it by nightfall or they'll die.
Okay. That's a minor technicality there.
Well, I don't know if that's what they're saying here or not.
I think that's what they're, I don't know. I was going to say they're implying it. That's one of the places that they visited in that.
So I suppose this is supposed to be at nighttime. So whoever colorized this back in when did they start colorizing? 60s?
Very rudimentary. I think the age of colorization was the 90s, I guess with Ted Turner.
So whoever colorized this, a critique, even though you might be dead. You shouldn't have made the sky blue because it's not daytime.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. They keep making it daytime when Orlok's out. It's supposed to be nighttime.
Right.
I mean, you were probably correct with what the actual color was, but
no,
not what
right.
it was supposed to be.
What's that, a white rat in the middle?
I don't know, but it's cute.
Oh, God.
What? I like rodents.
Not rats. I'm an animal lover. I could live without rats.
I could live without spiders. Gavoon vipers and the other crap that you like.
I'm actually impressed that you remember the name of a viper. Oh.
See, so she sensed he returned.
He said what?
When she said he's coming, she meant Hutter.
Yeah.
Not Nosferatu.
Right.
So that wouldn't be a psychic connection to Nosferatu. That would be a psychic connection to her husband.
Right.
So I don't know if that's what they were originally going for in this story, that their love is so strong that they're connected to each other.
I don't know if we should be analyzing it that deeply. No, honestly.
I mean, they were going for something.
It's a little flawed.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
That scene's supposed to be at nighttime, you know what I mean? He's skulking in the night with his coffin trying to get into his house quickly.
Right.
But like with the light colored grass and stuff, it just looks like it's an afternoon of some weird guy in the middle of the field.
This guy with pointy ears.
Just picture other people around like, what the fuck's this guy doing? All right.
Carrying one coffin after another filled with dirt. Because he's got to go back and get the other 6 coffins.
I know. So it's like, in daytime, it's an odd look. It is pretty funny looking. Thank God you are safe. Everything will be all right now.
You think?
My mom is waving to me.
And that building is still standing, that deserted building, according to that video I watched. That's pretty amazing.
It is beautiful.
Well, it was decrepit then, you know, and
was it decrepit, or did they just...
dilapidated.
What I mean to say is, was it actually dilapidated, or did they just change? Shot? Did they purposely put fake wood on the front and stuff to make it look more destroyed?
Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. Is that guy really dead, or did they purposely put 2 dots on his neck? I don't know.
We've looked everywhere, not a living soul on board.
But we've got a shitload of Morton salt. You have no idea what I'm referencing, right?
Salt? Like with the girl with the little dog that pulls on her
They have
clothes?
a cap. I think they had a captain with that hat on as the symbol. Maybe I'm thinking
I thought that was the girl with like the yellow raincoat and the...
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm mixing it up with the fish stick company. What is that? Frozen fish sticks?
I thought it's a whale.
Oh, leave me alone. I give up. I take back that reference.
They found the manifest.
A manifest. It's like the one in the Lord of the Rings. Basically the same conclusion. We're effed.
Varna, July 12th. Oh, Dad, you made me miss what it said. 1 helmsman, 1 shipmate, 5 sailors.
I got a bad joke.
No. No. So that's the friend whose name I forget.
What?
That's the friend whose name I forget. It also starts with an H.
Right.
Hawker or something like that.
I don't remember. That's the guy with the sister.
Yeah.
Who shall hereby be known as the guy with the sister.
He owns the shipyard.
Oh, he owns the shipyard. Nice.
I think. Or he owns the ship. I think he's the shipyard guy. Wow, that guy they didn't colorize well. He looks like a zombie.
Well, he's dead.
No, not him. I mean the guy on the right.
Oh, yeah, it does. This area, that area, is missing the color. It's like one of those drawings where you draw a black crayon over.
Oh, sorry. Day 2, July 13. 1 sailor has taken ill with fever, heading south-southwest, wind direction northeast. What is south-southwest?
What is south-southwest?
Yes.
So in southwest would be here, and south would be here. In between them is south-southwest.
I didn't know they had like in-betweens.
I guess. I don't know.
Day 3, July 14. Mate is talking nonsense. Claims an unknown passenger is below. Now, is his name Mate or is he a shipmate?
What's
or is
that?
he the first mate?
Yeah, mate. Anybody on the ship is a mate.
I know. See, we keep missing each other's jokes. And our jokes are lame to begin with. Rats in the hold of the ship, danger of plague. My God, what are we going? Danger of plague, return to your homes, bolt all windows and doors. Now, is it an actual plague?
It's a plague where people are dropping dead with holes in their neck.
Yeah, so it's not an actual plague, though. It's not
They
like...
think it is, though.
I know, but I'm saying, is it an actual plague?
No.
Okay.
Does Dracula... You know, in the book, I could see him bringing pestilence and death. But I don't think that's what they're saying. That's a very polarized shot there. Do you see how monotone it is?
It's like sepia right now.
Sepia, yeah. And meanwhile, it's all... Is this still at night?
Yes, it's all nighttime right now. That's the town crier.
Obviously.
Proclamation. Be it hereby decreed that the municipal authorities forbid the citizenry to transport the suspected plague stricken to the hospital. What? As this shall only spread the plague through the streets of our town.
Right. You don't want to take sick people to the hospital.
So what's going to happen to the sick people? End of Act 4. See, I did that right. The
Yes,
Roman
you did.
numeral.
Beginning of Act V.
5.
There you go. That's the way to keep the plague away. My work for vampires, though, oddly enough, the same
Wait,
cure
watch
that
this.
cures plague keeps the vampires out of your house.
Look,
What am I looking at?
he didn't write the cross. He talked to the woman and moved on.
Nice. Screw her.
Oh, are those the houses in which there are people with plagues?
That they're what?
There are people with the plague. He's marking the houses.
Right. He's marking which ones have plague and which don't.
I thought he was like, oh, you're Jewish? All right, we won't put the crucifix for you.
Well, Germany, Romania.
But no, it's because those are the houses that have people with plague in them.
Right.
It's a good thing he confirmed through the window.
You got to read.
Hutter had made Ellen promise not to touch the book, which had caused him to have such frightening visions. But she found it strange. She found its strange force
Irresistible.
irresistible. So, in other words, Hutter is putting everything that happened up to his imagination, as if none of it actually happened. I was just imagining things because I read a stupid book.
Just a dream.
Which would
Just
be
a
so
dream.
ridiculous.
That's me in the corner.
Can you please stop that? It's like we're having two different conversations here.
Go ahead.
Anyway, Hutter is ridiculous here.
Yes.
Every time I see Hutter written like that, I read it as butter.
So, because of the way they...
At night, that same Nosferatu digs his claws into his victims and suckles himself on the hellish elixir of their blood. Oh, that's from the book from earlier. We read that. See, this is what is she psychic? Is she doomed because he saw her picture? Beware that his shadow does not engulf you like a demonic nightmare. Like, is his shadow's over her because he saw her picture? And that's why she's like, weak. Deliverance is possible by no other means but that an innocent maiden maketh the vampire heed not the first crowing of the cock. This done by the sacrifice of her own blood. Don't. Anyway, so he needs to be distracted by drinking her blood so he won't listen to the crow of the rooster.
Right.
And so he won't run to his dirt.
Right.
And so he'll die.
Right. Can we just stab this guy in the heart already?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it that they don't have the greater world knowledge of vampires, but still. This is what I look at every night.
That
and
is
just
what I look at every
standing
night.
there at the window.
Yeah, the empty house.
No, he's standing there. You didn't see him?
Oh, no.
He's standing at the window like this.
I noticed.
Rewind it. Hold on.
Good thing he's hiding his.
Look. See?
Where? I still don't see him. Boy, I'd be screwed. I don't even.
He's right there.
Oh, right in the middle.
Could you imagine every single night you look out the window? There's
Now you're going to tell me in black and white you can see that?
You're supposed to be able to.
Oof.
Anyway, I think it's pretty funny though. Every single night
he's just staring out the window at him.
Anyway, there we go.
They did have guns then, muskets. I'd shoot them up.
Well, guns don't work. It's either a stake in the heart,
yeah, but
or the sunlight.
We find out.
Or you cut off their heads and shove garlic in their mouths, right? Or something like that.
Right. Or
that's in Dracula Dead and Loving It.
In there were cemeteries, they have bricks in their mouth. Suspected vampires. The staking them down. There's even one.
Oh, I just watched a video by Halloween Dan in which he said that there are tombstones in British cemeteries that have cages over them of graves that they thought were vampires.
Well, yeah, how are you going to keep the vampire in?
Well, I mean, that's such a cool concept, which, by the way, check out his channel. It's very good.
Was he the one that said there was a coffin where the stake actually goes through the coffin into the vampire?
Yeah. That's really cool.
The idea is with a vampire, I believe you. The idea of putting the stake in the heart is actually you're supposed to pin him to the ground. It doesn't actually kill the vampire in myth. It just holds the body down so it can't rise.
Oh, I see. Well, all right. I guess it wouldn't kill him to stake him, but you could still drag his body out into the sun.
Well, in all the movies, it kills him.
Yeah. Can he see him? It's an interesting body pose.
Well, you know, that's when you're stricken by vampiritis. Vampiritis?
Vampirism?
No.
Vampirism.
The victim of the vampire, not vampirism would be being a vampire.
The vampire.
Yeah, whatever. I give. Remember Vampirella?
Fear lurked in every corner of town. Who was still healthy? Who was sick? So are like they sick, like they're weak because he's been drinking their blood, or do they have like lesions all over them?
No, they're getting drained. I guess Orlok is very busy at night and he's draining all
this is the
people.
sister. I'll run over quickly to fetch Severs, which is like
the doctor.
Dr. Stewart.
Yeah.
So I guess she's the equivalent of Lucy.
Guess people are what?
She is the equivalent of Lucy.
What?
I guess she is the equivalent of Lucy.
Oh, right. Lucy. Lucy. Meaning light.
Yeah, we're going to watch Dracula Dead and Loving It first, then we'll watch the 1970s version.
If you want to, I don't care.
I love Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I could always go for a Mel Brooks movie.
Deliverance is possible by no other means but that, you know, she's got to sacrifice herself. Same thing as before.
Oh, you read this already, yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Besides, this the audience is, for our audience, is seeing the movie, so they see what it says, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking, because you're being so nice to read it to them. I appreciate it because I ain't gonna read it.
The town was paralyzed by fear. They were looking for a scapegoat, They chose not.
Well, he's kind of obvious scapegoat.
Yeah, he's
I don't
not
know if he
real.
is a
He's not a
scapegoat.
scapegoat. He brought this upon them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's the improper wording. People saw him. He fled from the house. He strangled the guard.
Oh, and some scapegoat.
Yeah, you know, it's totally not his fault. Poor guy. He strangled him. He's a vampire.
Yeah, because that's not what vampires do.
Now, I'm supposing it's nighttime.
Yeah, this is midnight, folks. So all takes place during the night. Well, there was a kid there, maybe not. Run away, run away. What movie was that a reference to?
How did he get up on the roof?
He's a vampire.
He's not a vampire.
Looks like one to me.
No, he's a
He's a nut job.
yeah. What are they called? The like slaves
A
of
lackey.
vampires.
Second.
They're called something, but I can't remember what.
Oh, familiar.
Is that it?
That's it. Well, with a witch. A witch is
Yes,
familiar.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think so. There's a term specifically for like the slaves of vampires,
I didn't know that.
but I can't think of it. If you guys know it, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
She's sewing a thing saying, "I love you."
In German.
It's her final message, I suppose, to Hutter. Instead of writing it in a book, she's sewing it into a...
What do you mean her final message?
I'm assuming.
Are you giving me a spoiler?
I mean, what do you think's happening right now?
I don't know that she dies.
I didn't say she does. I'm saying she's in
well,
her
it's her
head.
final message.
If she thinks it's in her head.
Oh. That's
I didn't
what you
say
meant.
she's not going to survive it.
If she dies...
If I were them, I'd be more concerned about the sun being out at night.
Yeah, so does he jump into a flaming windmill?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Flaming windmill?
Like from Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw Frankenstein. Is that supposed to be him, or is that an actual scarecrow?
Tune in when we do a reaction to Frankenstein.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a scarecrow. Imagine that's the puppet that they use for him. Yeah, they'll believe it. See, I told you, he just stares out the window.
What's a vampire to do?
Every night. Honey, maybe just change.
You might want to get a shade.
Change where you sleep. Like,
How about a shade? If they had windows, they had shades. Shutters. Which came first, the window or the shade?
Windows.
Sure, because you could have if you have just an opening, you could have a shade for it.
Yeah, but I think the wind would pull it out. So they probably just had shutters, then they got
Maybe it
windows,
anchored
and then
on
they
the
got
bottom.
shades. I love her face, like, oh, poor,
He's
she's
useless.
sleeping. This guy's staring at me out the window and he's fucking sleeping.
He's sleeping.
In reality, she's being freaking tormented. He's sleeping.
Come take me. Dun, 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 dun.
This is some stop motion there.
And again, it looks like middle of the day, and it's supposed to be midnight or dark night.
Oh, she fainted.
At least she woke him up.
Bulwer, get Bulwer. Or is it Bulwer? I think it's Bulwer. Bulwer.
Bulwer.
So she tells him to go get the doctor.
No, wasn't the doctor
Oh, then who's Bulwer?
with an S, his name?
I don't remember
not
who
Seward,
Bulwer is.
but something like
But it was a ploy.
Oh, she wanted to get rid of him. Oh, never trust a woman. Telling you.
Well, I mean, she's being harassed over here. He's sleeping. That's a famous scene.
I think your mom might have used that with me a couple times. Go get the doctor.
Look. Ooh.
Oh, he's
squeezed her
squeezing
heart.
her heart in shadow.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That
That's a
was
cool
that was a
concept.
good effect there. Props to who made the movie? Max.
Some German guy.
No, what's
Props
his name?
to
Max.
some German guy.
Oh, whatever.
I don't know. Oh, and that's it. He's drinking her blood.
That's it. She's done for.
They caught Knock.
They fought Knox, or they caught
No, they
Knox?
caught him.
They caught Knox, and he had all the gold.
Oh, the rooster crowed.
It did. So he's screwed, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? See, a woman screwed him too.
Shut up about that. That's his own fault.
Was it
It's
that?
called willpower.
Was it that easy to get him? He just forgot about time.
Yeah.
Like,
Her blood is supposed to taste so good that he forgot. The master, the master.
the master's toast.
Because it's
literally.
the blood of an innocent maiden given up freely. It's like whipped cream.
Yeah, but he's gonna fry, right? Really? That's the way the movie ends? Are you kidding me? Talk about anticlimactic.
Her blood was like ambrosia.
Well, he didn't die
Not
yet.
the dish ambrosia.
At least
but
did
the
it do
gods
some cool
do
effects?
ambrosia.
Let's see. Her blood was ambrosia.
Like so unbelievably good.
The food of
That's
the
it.
gods, ambrosia. Or manna. One or the other. Oh, that's how he went. He just disappears and
It's a smoke.
there's some smoke on the floor.
Yep. Some dry ice.
Not even in the same spot he was standing, it looked like.
The master is dead. And I've ruined my entire
The
future
master is
for this
dead.
stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder why they chose not to. Well, I guess if he was drinking her blood, she has none to spill.
Yeah. I'm free.
Hunter!
Meanwhile, she was cheating behind his back, sending him away.
And now she's dead.
She dies?
She just died.
Oh, come on.
Now you know why Mom doesn't like the story.
That's why Bob don't like this movie.
My mom hates horror movies where people die in the end. It's weird.
And she's a horror movie nut. She should be reacting with us.
I don't like when dogs and puppies die, but Wait, children and dogs died. And the truth bore witness to the miracle. At the very moment the great death came to an end and the shadow of the death bird was gone, as if obliterated by the triumphant rays of the living sun.
The living sun.
So there you go.
Not the black hole sun.
The end.
Okay.
That's it, just the end.
So we talking about this movie?
All right. So now that we've just finished
summation,
the 1920s Nosferatu, what did you think?
It was all right. It was all right. It was interesting. It's worth the watch. That's why I could say I did it. And I made it through.
I think that it was the skeleton of an interesting story, but there were a lot of things that were missing. There were a lot of gaps, a lot of problems with the story, questions that needed answering, things that may not have made perfect sense. But thankfully, as the movies progress, and you will see this, more and more of these questions are answered.
Yeah, from my perspective, I wouldn't even go that deep into it. It is what it is. It was a movie from 1922. They did the best they could. It was pretty interesting. Historically, it's kind of important. And it was pretty cool. And Orlok was very creepy.
Yeah, he's definitely a creepy character.
He was creepy as all hell.
Yeah.
So
I apologize for our dog barking.
I don't. But anyway, he was...
Do you want to go take care of that real quick?
Yeah,
and then we'll finish after?
All right, let me let him out. He wants to go outside. So my summary was pretty good movie, pretty creepy, very anticlimactic ending, and good moral. Moral was never trust a woman.
You're such an asshole.
Always a good moral.
You're such an asshole. My feelings are, it was a good concept. Definitely needed some work. I think there's some things that are lost in both translation and in time period, in comparison to things now. But generally, I like the concept. I like where it was going. The choice to have Ellen sacrifice herself at the end. It's a different take, because that does not happen in Dracula.
Right. Ellen.
Orlok's an interesting vampire. He's cool looking, creepy, but he mostly just stares.
He is a scarier look than, the traditional Draculas usually.
Yeah. I just feel like it's one of those things where they kind of threw together a story and had some good ideas, but overall it's very weird. It's a weird
What do you
movie.
want for 1922? Give him a break.
But in the next one, we will be watching the 1970s version. And
Can't wait. Disco Nosferatu.
I will say that as each movie happens, it progresses more and more. That's what I'll say for now. I've got a lot to talk about at the 1970s one when we get to it. So look forward to that one next.
With me, it is a genuine reaction. I have never even seen a frame of the 70s version.
Yeah, no, he falls asleep and that's it.
No, I didn't even start watching that.
Well, when I watched the 70s version, we had decided we were going to watch all three for the fun of it.
And I didn't make it through
and
5 minutes.
And he didn't make it through this one. And then he fell asleep. He was sleeping. And I just put the 70s one on. I was like, fuck it. I'll watch it myself.
If you need to go to sleep, whatever.
Oh, you're an ass. So look forward to the 1970s one next. Let us know if there's any other movies you want us to react to. Actually, the next thing we're reacting to is Dracula Dead and Loving It, because I'm in the mood to watch that. And he doesn't remember it, so it's a rewatch.
Yep. I remember
and-
Harvey Korman was in it.
And like I said, let us know if there's anything else you'd like us to react to.
I like Harvey Korman.
Also, we got a recommendation by Robert Rivera's collection of hobbies to watch The Damned. Highly recommend his channel. He does a lot of creating his own props. He's currently working on creating his haunted house for Halloween. So definitely check him out.
Very informative, good tips.
Yeah, he's got a lot of really good little information on how to get things done, like how to fix lighting, how to build props. Really cool channel. And please, if you're watching, which dam do you want us to watch? The 2014 one?
That's the one it is. I know.
Well, I don't know which one, so let us know because we'll watch that too. And other than that, I think that's everything. Look forward to Dracula Dead and Loving It next. Say the thing.
Remember to subscribe if you like our content. Comment, press notifications. What else can you do?
Give
Anything
us a
you
like.
can do it. What?
Give us a like.
Give us a like. That's it. That's the one. Likes are good. It helps us. I don't know how it helps us, but it helps us. So give us a like.
Thank you all. We will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Very good. Yep.